Hello and welcome to Jared Hendricks Ingles. Today we're going to talk about the simple present, also known as the present simple. The simple present is often something that you do on a regular basis. It's not like the present continuous where you do things right now. It's when you do things on a regular basis. For instance, I go to the store. I work every day. I buy my groceries at that store regularly. Something you do frequently, regularly, or sometimes. Let's start with the conjugation of the simple present. We'll start with a very common verb, which is have. Here's the conjugation for the verb have. We say, I have, you have, he has, she has, it has, we have, they have. The negative is, I don't have, you don't have, he doesn't have, she doesn't have, it doesn't have, we don't have, they don't have. You have children. This is a statement, it's not a question. To make a question in the simple present, you need to add do. Do you have children? Do you have children? There are different ways to answer this question. You can say, yes, I do. Yes, I do have children. Yes, I have children, but you don't say, yes, I have. You can say, yes, I do, because in the question, we use do. To say, yes, I have is in the present perfect. For example, this question starts with have. So the answer, you can say, yes, I have. For the negative answer, you can say, no, I don't. You can also say, no, I don't have children. We use do and don't with I, you, we, and they. She has children is a statement. It's not a question. To make this a question, it's necessary to add does. I told you already that do is for I, you, we, and they. Does is for he, she, and it. So this is a statement. To make this statement a question, it's necessary to put does in front. When does is part of the sentence, whether it's a question or a statement, does changes the verb to the original form. So it changes to, does she have children? Does she have children? So to review, in the third person, if does is in the sentence, does makes the verb change to its original base form, the base. There are different ways you can answer questions in the third person. You could say, yes, she does. Yes, she does have children. Or, yes, she has children. To answer the question in negative form, you could say, no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't have children. But you cannot say, no, she hasn't. No, she hasn't is for the present perfect. Okay, now let's do some writing together. Write this question. Do you have children? Do you have children? Write the short answer. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Write the same question, but in the third person. Does she have children? Does she have children? Now write the same answer, but in the third person with the pronoun she. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. One way to remember how to answer it is in the question, we have does. So in the answer, the short answer, you also use does. Here in the question is do. And so in the answer is also do. Now fill in the blanks and complete the question. How many children do you have? How many children do you have? Now fill in the blanks. I have 4 sons and 4 daughters. That's true. That's actually true. We have a lot of kids in our family. Now fill in the blanks. What's the correct question? How many children does she have? How many children does she have? Fill in the blanks. She has 4 sons and 4 daughters. Now let's look at the verb live in the simple present. The conjugation for the verb live is I live, you live, he lives, she lives, it lives, we live, they live. Now in the negative we say I don't live, you don't live, he doesn't live, she doesn't live, it doesn't live, we don't live, they don't live. Now write this question. Do you live in Bakersfield? Do you live in Bakersfield? Write the short negative answer. No, I don't. Write the same question, but in the third person. Does he live in Bakersfield? Does he live in Bakersfield? Notice here that live does not have an S. That's because does is part of the sentence. Whenever does is there, the verb returns to its normal form, the original base form, in the third person of the simple present. Right? The same answer, but in the third person. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Now let's continue this conversation. Here we say, do you live in Bakersfield? No, I don't. Where? You. Try to write the correct question. Where do you live? Where do you live? Now fill in the blanks. I live in Los Angeles. I live in Los Angeles. Now write this question in the third person. Where does he live? Where does he live? Now fill in the blanks. He lives in Los Angeles. He lives in Los Angeles. Notice here we say he live, and here we say he lives. The reason is here we see the word does, the auxiliary verb, the modal verb does. When does is in the sentence, the verb goes back to the base form with no S, live. But when does is not there, we say lives. He lives in Los Angeles. Now, let's do the conjugation for the verb work. But this time you're going to pause the video and write the conjugation in the affirmative and in the negative. Try to do it yourself before you look at the answers on the video. Ready? Pause the video and fill in the conjugations for the positive and the negative. Okay, the conjugation for the verb work in the positive form is I work, you work, he works, she works, it works, we work, and they work. In the negative form, I don't work, you don't work, he doesn't work, she doesn't work, it doesn't work, we don't work, they don't work. Notice, whenever you see does, the S is taken away. No S, work, work, work. But when there's no does, in the third person, you keep the S. He works, she works, it works. Now write this question. Do you work at the store? Do you work at the store? Do you work at the store? Now write the longer negative answer. No, I don't work there. No, I don't work there. Now write this question in the third person with the pronoun she. Does she work at the store? Does she work at the store? Now fill in the blanks. No, she doesn't work there. No, she doesn't work there. Again, notice here both of these sentences have the word does, so work will not have an S. The S is taken away whenever does is present in the sentence. Now fill in the blanks and write the correct question to continue this conversation. Do you work at the store? No, I don't work there. Where? You. Part of the same conversation here. Where do you work? Where do you work? What's the correct answer? I work at the gym. I work at the gym. Write the correct question in the third person. Where does she work? Where does she work? Now fill in the blanks in the third person for the answer. She works at the gym. She works at the gym. I want you to go ahead and write go, the conjugation for go, in the affirmative form and in the negative form. The conjugation for the verb go in the affirmative is I go, you go, he goes, she goes, it goes, we go, they go. In the negative form, it's I don't go, you don't go, he doesn't go, she doesn't go, it doesn't go. We don't go, they don't go. Do you go to UCLA? Do you go to UCLA? UCLA is a college or university. Do you go to UCLA? Do you go to UCLA? Write the correct answer. No, I don't go there. No, I don't go there. Now write this question in the third person. Does he go to UCLA? Does he go to UCLA? Notice we say he go instead of he goes. It's he go because does makes the verb go back to the base form. Now fill in the blanks. No, he doesn't go there. No, he doesn't go there. Now write the correct question. What school do you go to? What school do you go to? Now fill in the blanks. I go to USC, another university. I go to USC. Now write this question in the third person. What school does he go to? What school does he go to? Now fill in the blanks with the correct answer. Write this answer in the third person. He goes to USC. He goes to USC. Thank you for watching. Watch this video as many times as you need until you are an expert. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Have a great day.